Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Pankaj and today we are going to discuss regarding the G2 license in Canada. So my previous video had the G1 license and I received very positive comments from across students and across the people who applied for G1 license and they successfully completed the G1 license, and now they have a proof of identity that uh, they are in Canada and they have a proof of identity of Canada. Now they can carry the G1 license itself with them rather than carrying their passports in and across Canada. So next one is the G2 license. The thing is, once you complete the G1 license, there are two options. That is, if you have brought the DL extract from your home country, the DL extract is the driving license extract, which means that you have some experience of driving in your country and you have brought that letter to Canada. What happens is, with this letter, when you submit it with doing the G1 license, you can directly opt for G license. That is, this particular video will not be necessary then for you. You can directly apply for G. But if you don't have, if even if you have a DL extract and you wish to do G2 license first and then G, because the success rate from G1 to G directly is very less. So what people do is people apply for G1, then G2, and then they apply for G. Suppose you don't have any experience in your home country, then what happens is you will have to wait for a period of 8 months from receiving your G1 license, and then only then you can apply for G2 license. So here, this is the phase where we are going to discuss regarding the G2 license. So G2 license is a second level of license wherein you will be allowed to drive considering during the daytime between 10 to 5, but in case and you must have a person sitting beside you who has a G license. So this is basically the rule, and with G2 license you can definitely drive across the city. Some highways you cannot take it with G2 license, you will have to have the G license. And what are the different tests that has to be done in order to clear the G2 license? The first test would be you will have to do a parking. That is, the instructor will take you initially and then he will ask you to do a parking. So this is the first test. The second would be a parallel parking. So the parallel parking would be like there will be two cars and you need to have do a parallel parking in the street. So he will take you to a street and he will ask you to do a parallel parking. The third test would be the downhill parking and the uphill parking. So downhill parking is if there is a slope on the road, okay, and he will tell you that please since there will not be a slope or uphill here, so he will just take you to a flat road and he will tell you please do a downhill parking. So in the downhill parking, when you do, what happens is you will do the parking and you will turn your steering to the right side, so that it's in case of the slope, so it will be like you turn your tires to the right, so the curb will protect your vehicle from going downwards. Similarly, for the uphill parking, so uphill parking is like your vehicle should not go down, so it's a uphill, so you're going uphill and your vehicle should not go down, so you need to move your vehicle to the right end, and then you need to turn your steering to the left side, just because that in case the vehicle goes down, the curb will stop the vehicle from going down. So this is the downhill parking and the uphill parking. The next one is basically the emergency stop. So emergency stop is nothing but in case there is any ambulance or in case there is any emergency stop that has to be done, so how you would do that stop. So that is a test wherein you put a right indicator, take your vehicle to the right and stop it, and put the parking signal and put your gear into the parking. So this is about the emergency stop. The next thing would be the 3-point curve. 3-point curve is where the instructor will take you inside a street and he will ask you to do a 3-point curve. So 3-point curve is basically you need to get your vehicle to the right, do a turn, take a reverse and turn back. So that is a 3-point curve, a 3-point curve, yeah, so it's called as a 3-point curve. Also, the instructor will take you towards street, like two different streets. He will not, he or she will not take you to highway, so he or she will take you to the streets, the normal streets, and you will have to follow the speed limit. So if the speed limit is mentioned as 40, you will have to follow the 40 kilometers per hour. If it is mentioned as 50, you must have follow 50 kilometer per hour. Also, you must make sure when you do the lane change, that is from left lane to the right lane, so make sure you give indicators. You see the back mirror, you see the rear mirror, you see the left mirror and the right mirror. So these are the different observations that the instructor looks when you give the G2 license. The fees for G2 license, the fees for G2 license is around $55 plus taxes, or it includes the taxes. I'm exactly not sure, but the range is between $50 to $60. How many classes did I take in order to do G2 license? That is, how many training classes I took. So I took around 3 training classes in order to get my G2 done. So I took 3 training classes from a known person here who gives the training classes, and after that I directly went and gave my G2 tests, and I got my G2 license. Once you get the G2 license, so you will get the G2 license in next 14 business days. So they will give you a letter saying that you have cleared G2, and you can start driving the vehicle. Also, you will get the card in next 14 business days. You will get it in to your mail in the sense your home. The next thing is, after getting G2 license, you can book the G license. Although with G2 license people drive in Canada, but in case you want to reduce your insurance, that is, in case you want to buy a car, in case you will be buying a car or a used car or a new car, what happens is, if you have a G license, you will be able to reduce the insurance by $20 or $30, whereas in case of G2 license the insurance will be a little higher. So that's about it. So after getting the G2 license, you can apply for G license, and I will also post a video on G license in sometime soon. That's about it regarding the G2 license. In case there is any issues, do mention them in the comment section. I'll be happy to help. I hope this video is helpful. I hope everyone clears G2 license, G2 in their first try itself. The G2 is very easy. Don't be nervous. Follow the traffic rules and everything will go amazingly. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked this video. If you did like this video, please click the thumbs up button. I have also mentioned my Instagram and LinkedIn channel in the description. So please, if you want to talk to me, please do text me over the Instagram or LinkedIn, and I will reply to your messages. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one.